Martial arts is not just about being humble enough to learn when you're supposed to learn, but to be humble enough to humble yourself before the Lord, which is the highest form of humility, and to accept your place when you're supposed to teach. Heros is a Greek word associated with the mythologies they have for master. It's actually referring to an idea that is true when it's put in its true context. Let's consider what an angel is and what it means to be a God sent versus evil. The most evil people in society are the social norm fanatics. They don't want to destroy the game. They want to reinforce the game and game the game. They're pulling on society in order to elevate themselves. They rely on the system. The most evil of them are those who ignore or reject the God send. The guy whose angles leads them to being an angel. This person has to pretty much be from a sabotaged people, the most stigmatized people, because the world is a jealous world. It is a hateful world. It is a world in denial. It is a delusion-filled world. Think about the Bible. The Bible, again, is by the bull. That is why this is allowed to be published. We all know that we all come from Africa. So elevate the guy that resembles the bull the most. And on the back, some kind of skinny female figure. Okay. And of course, that is consistent with this magazine as well, and I'm sure you'll come across it quite a bit. However, there are also female bulls, and it gets quite complicated. So what is the Bible really about when it comes to Abel? Set replaces Abel, right? Abel is the bull. He's a form of Baal. He is the son of God as Baal. A lot of people don't quite understand why that is. Okay, so Adam is God's son. His son then is Abel, okay, who is also a son of God in a sense. And he is a form of Baal, a bull, by the bull. Set replaces Abel. But who is Abel replacing himself? The story is by the bull. It's not by the hawk. It's not by the falcon. It's not by the pharaoh, which is another word for God. The archetype of Pharaoh was Har-O-Ares. So when we look at this thing, Abel is replacing the son of God, Har-O-Ares, Horus the elder, Har-Wer, son of Ra. When we look at the yin-yang, the black part is the bull that covers the light, right? The jinn, the yin. The white part is for Yah. It is the yang. Okay. So what you see with the Jews is Judah represented the Yah. Okay, the tribe of Ra-Day is who they're supposed to represent, but it became Yah-Day, which is why I also refer to myself as a prince of Judah. But really, Ra, that Judah is kind of based on. Okay, the lion of Judah versus the leopard's son, the hawk, okay, of Ra. We all should know that knowledge is dead. Faith without works is dead. We must think outside of ourselves and the system and not think in our head in terms of letter, which is a play on words for litter. You know, what the fuck I need this for? It's boring. Numbers, num, there's also a deity called Num, and boar. The boar is also a form of Set. So when we look at the word devil, it's just like evil, E-V-I-L. D of the E, vying for L. The word slaves, remember the S is the plural. You read words forwards and backwards. So slave, the S can be removed. We can get the word love. Okay, love, which is also lava, which is an eruption, which is also a play on words, which also is a symbolic of sex. Okay, I'm sorry they're making noise. They don't want me to masterfully prove my point. But listen carefully. Everyone is a slave to something. Are you a slave to money? Is money your God? Is pussy your God? Are you concerned with what makes the world go round in terms of money and pussy? Or the sun that is marshaled by the Spirit of God that truly makes the world go round? Organization. You know, is it your heart or is it your reproductive organs? What are you organized with and why? The principle, the Prince I pull. The Prince I pull seals the world. Are you going to leave in time or aren't you? Navy SEAL. Think mixed martial arts in terms of actual combat. The Navy SEAL, in popular culture at least, is the most formidable opponent in popular culture, right? He knows how to use to use weapons and so on and so forth, and transferable skills to fight the hero. Everyone else basically comes from a system that it puts an emphasis on illusion and not actual combat skills. Demonstration, demos, demon. Okay. It's also democratized, to democratize the Pharaoh of powers, of what Osiris did. Demo, crate, eyes. Okay. It's not a coincidence. Pandora's box and everything considered. So now let's think about the hero emerging. Okay. So basically, people come to America, right? And they look at their goals, right? The golden state, gold. One way or another, of the Igbos of the world, of everyone of the world, you're going to go to the golden state to emerge. That's why the occult made it this way, because they knew that this person would be attracted to the country with the most martial arts schools. And it's also, Horus is a play on words for faces. Hor means face. So you're going to face your enemies, which is America is the center for worldly power, right? It emerges the #1 worldly power. And the Alpha is the #1. And Horus is #1, Haro Aries. My father emerged as the black person of his generation, and the person really in general of his generation that fit the description of Horus the Elder more than anyone else. The leper society, right, first and foremost, is an Igbo society. Igbo, a play on words for open backwards. I've gone over this time and time again. But listen carefully. Gold, the golden medal, the golden horse, right, which is also a tattoo I have on my arm, but it's, you know, I got it before I realized that people were going to think of it in terms of Amen and Khonsu and Khan's whore, the con man. Okay. And you might be a little bit confused, so I should perhaps go over this again, even though I wish to make this a short video. To make a long story short, the hero emerges. If he never emerges, he's not a hero. Okay? If he emerges with ill-gotten gains in the illusion, he is mentally ill and he's not a hero. If he cannot ascertain that he should not emerge outside the martial arts order, the natural, supernatural, right? Superman, quote unquote, the natural martial arts order, which they refer to as superstition, as they leverage intellect over truth, right? Knowledge over life, over a life of being oppressed. Oppressed, the sun cycle, pressed, the wine press. Okay. Manifest destiny, right? Whose destiny were they looking for? The Igbos, right? Millions of Igbos came here from the transatlantic slave trade, and Angolans, but Angolans do not have the same intelligence and qualifications as the Igbos. It's really clear cut. Write down every point I have and seek to debunk it without using trickery, treachery, or knowledge. You cannot. Even the people who use the tree of knowledge, they know the ledge, Shaolin, they show the line. Okay? There's no way around this. So what you see is all my life, it was apparent to everybody that I was the Pharaoh emerging. I was the archetype of Pharaoh, Haro Aries, who they refer to as a god. I believe that there's one God, and I believe that I'm God's representative on earth, because I know that everyone acts like a bitch when it comes to semantics and ideas, and they're jealous, sniveling, immature cowards who can't for the life of them admit that the tall, black, brain surgeon son doesn't only have the warrior gene, they have the mind, body, soul, top martial artist, Pharaoh, Prince I pull gene, and would outmaneuver him and fucking kill him. I'd kill 2 of the next best at the same time. I'm over twice as smart as the next man, as the next martial artist. I have no doubt in my mind. But these people subject themselves to the social order of Demeter, right? And Hestia, and Mayat, and these lesser ideas. They're miseducated, misdirected. They're taught to value self and to use their pussy power and to think with their dicks and not to think with their hearts. Or else they would have had a heart during the Biafran Civil War when my people were slaughtered during the 60s. They did not. America in all her arrogance sat there like bitches. whose people were slaughtered around the world, in Haiti, in Trinidad, in Cuba, all over the world, right? Who are the most targeted people? They were the Igbos. And it is because of the word obelisk, among other words. Observe, obey, obeisance, obeisance, obealask. These are reasons, and there's many, many of them, that I am the top martial artist. I am a prince of Eri. Har o Ares. It belongs to Ares. What you think it belongs to the deity of discord in Greece? There's a reason why Eri in Greece is a deity of chaos and discord, because the Greeks do not possess the top martial artists. They never have. There's a reason why it's not the Ethiopians, because they used their pussy power and took on pussy form, with all due respect. I do think that they're attractive people. There's certain Yah aspects of them, but they are not the more emphasized eye of Horus, which is the right eye, which is the son of Ra. Okay? You must make these distinctions. Not to mention Biafra, there is no equivalent to this word in Abyssinia or Ethiopia, the abyss. Okay? These are the words associated with Ethiopia, if not directly referring to it. So when you look at this thing, okay, who got the gold in the golden state? What was his goal? To emerge, to face them here. If this person on a fluke was born somewhere else, why didn't they come here? The most populated state in the country with the most martial arts schools. And where is Hollywood? Where's the Bohemian Grove? Where's the Grand Lodge of the most populated state? It's 45 minutes, an hour away. I faced them as the hero. The hero is the master. The mass is Tor. That's why Jesus is depicted skinny, because they sabotage him and he becomes skinny. Now ask yourself, if you're the great martial artist, look inside your soul, hone your senses. Can you tell that I'm the top martial artist? Why or why not? It is that part of you that is immature, that refuses to concede my point in a way that has to do with submitting to God. For this reason, pay attention closely. Any woman who rejects me is a slave to this world. When God sends an angel in the Bible, should the woman say, no, I won't do what you're saying? How much more Har O Ares, the son of God himself? If when Iblis in the Quran was told to bow to Adam, okay, should he then say no? The angels themselves must bow to the top martial artist, Pharaoh, Har O Ares, the son of God, the son of Ra, the strength of the sun. The idea Ra is referring to is the strength of the sun. There is no saying that this is a demonic deity or a demonic idea. This is the strength of the sun that created us, the creative force of all creative forces, God himself. The Hyksos were foreign kings. They were foreigners that took on the despicable philosophy of Set. These were foreign kings. These were Set's foreign correspondents. His hand-me-down bitches coming in with their Babylonian chariot technology and moving into Greece to teach them to be narcissists and cocky. Cock-E, not A. Why don't they make these arguments? Now, when we ask ourselves, once we acknowledge that martial artists who are elevated are liberals and conservatives, they're controlled opposition people at best. Once we acknowledge this, and the Olympics is a pagan contest that is staged to give certain people from certain bloodlines fame at best, okay? Once we acknowledge this, where do we look for the top martial arts to emerge? We look on YouTube. Why? Because it's the information age. It's the most logical place for him to emerge. So when I did my searches, top martial arts challenge, why did I not see any other challenge coming from California or anywhere else, mind you? They had to do with sparring, light contact versus full. Light contact, light weapon, okay, versus full, fatter fighter, okay? Not a grappler, not a boa constrictor, constrict, okay? Choke, rear naked chokehold, triangle hold, an obsession on this world, on holding the black man down to make him upset. It had to be a light contact sparring. It had to be in nature, and it had to be on YouTube. No one else even fits the criteria. Thank you.